Anyways, welcome back. I took a little bit of time in between sets to actually make a new team, although it's fairly experimental as you can see. I don't know if it'll actually do any good. Probably gonna have to swap some Pokemon on the fly in the middle of the set. Because I kind of just threw stuff together and just like last minute check to see if they had decent coverage with PV Poke, or just check to make sure they at least covered the rankings. But I feel like I gotta like take this team for a test run to really get a feel. I think this is the worst possibility for a Galarian Scumfist lead. Though the fact I'm resisting is kind of interesting. I think this is the first Miniature in a while that I've seen go for a Cycle Cut over Counter. I think you do get your energy a little bit faster, but I just assumed that it would still be better. Now, do I predict a Power-Up Punch? I think I'm going to predict a Power-Up Punch. You know how I was thinking, oh, this seems like the type of Medicham that would go for a Power-Up Punch. Boy, did I pay for that dearly. And now I can't afford to play the prediction game. And I'm just going to have to shield it. So, it is not a Power-Up Punch set. Dynamic Punch and Ice Punch. Though, I'm kind of hoping I can at least get an Earthquake off before I go down, but they might shield this. It might be obvious. You know what? Let's have some fun. I got this Mew all set up for Go Battle League. Had it set for at least a season or two, but I never actually used it. This particular one has like Shadow Claw, Wild Charge, and Side Shock. Tropius is actually making good work out of the Mew with his Rage Relief, so maybe that just swapping into it wasn't the best thing. So hoping to get a little bit more charge energy off on it. But Shadow Claw is pretty good for at least getting the energy. Not quite good enough, though. This is kind of what I mean about this team needing a lot of work. It's not going to do well on the first time. Hey, Snivy, welcome over to the stream and all. I am playing around with a new team. As you can see, it's not going too well. Gosh, I wish I still had Ice Beam. It worked well with the old G team. Not now, though. I'm just gonna let these Leaf Blades take it to face. And if I can somehow salvage this after the Tropius goes down, then I'll figure it out from there. But I'm not gonna... I just don't want to put any stress into it, because I'm already in a tough space. I did get rid of both of my opponent's shields, though. But they got rid of both three of my Pokemon. Alright. So, let's evaluate what could have gone wrong. Besides everything. Well, for one, I think it's at least worth trying leading with Mew rather than Scumfist. Second, Azumarill may not have been... Azumarill was matching up pretty well on the PvP pokes, but maybe it doesn't cover weaknesses as well as I was expecting. But I'm not really sure what else to use in this place. I don't want to double up on Steel, especially when I don't got Water type. We'll try Bubble Tea. Not the biggest fan, because I feel like the last time I used Bubble Tea, it did not lead out so well for my Great League shenanigans. By the way, please let me know if the music is ever overpowering my commentary voice. I've been a little paranoid about that from the start. Music is probably super low because of that, but I'd rather have the music be too low than have it overpower my voice. So yeah, I'm gonna try leading off with Mew. Not quite sure. I think I'll leave Scumfist in the back like that. There's probably a better way to sort out this combination of people. But we'll try this and see if it works out any better. I'll at least have an ice type move, which would be nice for all the grass types running around this meta. So Deoxys, kind of actually like having that against. I guess we're gonna find out now if Mew actually does well against Deoxys. It at least scares Deoxys, which is good enough with me. So maybe this wasn't the best counterplay because counter. But I can at least see what moves it has. I'm pretty sure Obstagoon doesn't have anything that's too devastating to a glare against Gumfist. And I can at least, like, try to bait a shield. I'm kind of just afraid to go for a straight Earthquake. Because it just seems way too obvious. Huh. For some reason I thought Obstagoon was a fighting type. Forgive me, I have not played Sword and Shield. Great, and I'm not even going to get to see if it got the attack boost, which is essentially another thing to worry about. It's been a little while, it's been a hot minute since I've last faced an Obstagoon, but I remember the horrors. For some reason I remember it being more of an Ultra League Pokemon, but I might just be misremembering that. As much as I really wanted to get that last Rock Slide off, it's way too early in the match to waste my last shield. Okay, do I have can I get, I was living that with just a sliver of health gave me hope. I think Obstagoon is dark. I don't remember if there's anything else. Either way, I'm not going to go into Mew. Don't want to risk it taking too much damage too early on. I think we can at least take the Night Slash decently with good old Bubble Tea here. It's not even worth, like, Bubble Beam spamming it. Half tempted to farm and see if I can, like, just get a bunch of energy for the next Pokemon. No worry, I'm not going to have enough health, but this set is pretty much just going to be learning and trying to figure out how to make the most out of this team. I've kind of decided that already. That this may not be the most successful set, but dang are we going to learn. We're going to get a PhD in Pokemon shenanigans by the time we're done with this set. Alright. Get some Bubble Beam spamming here. Kind of want to switch, but I think like it'd just be sacrificing switch advantage. Especially like getting like 2 Bubble Beams off. I think I'm just gonna like Bubble Beam spam until I go down. If I can just assure that the Deoxys has to use up its energy before my Mew comes in, that'd be fantastic. But this Deoxys seems very determined to farm me down, and I am scared. Because it's probably going to have enough energy to, like, do a ton of charge attacks all in a row. That's a fair farming range for Mew. And it's got a bit of energy to start up with. Okay, its attack is severely lowered, so I'm not going to shield this first attack and just see how well I take it. And I took that Rock Slide fairly well, so I'm not going to shield the second one. And I'm going to pray they don't have enough energy for the third one. Okay, it's Shadow Victory Bell. Victory Bell, you got Size Shock here. Use the baby. They still have a shield, don't they? Oh, okay. This is why I was hoping to farm a bit of energy off of that Deoxys. I didn't see the Victory Bell coming, I'll be perfectly honest. But that was still one that I was kind of worried that I wouldn't have the best end with that team. All I'm learning is that my OG core is a real good OG core, and I should go back to using it. And not experimenting around, which is sad, because Best Buddy Deoxys Defense Form, isn't that kind of overkill? Like, you already are hitting the CP cap with a Deoxys Defense Form. I don't want to go for Wild Charge. I don't want to take that defense drop so early on in the match. So I'll see if I can bait it at least. No, but that did a decent amount of damage for being resisted. Mew's not a bulky boy, but we'll see how well this Rock Slide goes. Alright. I think it's at least weak enough that I can take it down with another Side Shock. This is working well enough for me that if I need to use a shield to keep me alive for this matchup, then I'll be willing to do it. Case in point. So I am losing the shield disadvantage, but I will keep the switch advantage, and I'll have a bit of energy on this Mew for the next Pokemon that comes out. Unless I do something like that. So Bubble Tea has Ice Beam. I'm just iffy if I want to go straight for it. I think I'm going to bait. I'm not really in a good position to afford the bait, especially like taking so much from that Frenzy Plant. But it'd be even more devastating if they shield it. If I just go for the straight Ice Beam and they shield it. Though that sucks too. I think I can still get up to an Ice Beam. It may be obvious. The only issue is as obvious as a desperate play. But they may even like. I'm probably like in the depths of mind games where I'm just mind gaming myself. But we'll see how it goes. They did not shield that Ice Beam. That is just freaking fantastic. It's a little bit of a shame that I just was not able to take down that Meganium before it got that Frenzy Plant off. But I'll go back into Mew. They swap into this thing from a Mew for a reason. And it's Galarian Scumfist. No, I'm going for Sky Shock because I'm just so scared that they're going to shield the Wild Charge if I go for it. But then again, it's Mew, so there's no way to tell. But yeah, like, that would have been sad pants for me if they actually pulled that off. I also gotta remember that I have 0 shields. So it's amazing I was actually able to get that Side Shock off. They were probably expecting to farm me. So they shielded it, but it's fine because I was going to go down anyways. We at least evened out the field a little bit with no shield situation, except they had plenty of energy. It's not even because they had plenty of opportunity to get energy for, Earthquake. Even if I am somehow able to take care of the Scumfist, it's not going to work out for me because they still got one more Pokemon to go for. So, hey. I say you win some, you lose some, but that doesn't really work as well when you're just constantly losing. Anything else I can do with this set? We're 3 battles in. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna check the Soul Rock real fast while I'm here. Problem is I got so caught up in commentating that I don't really remember what was good about this team and what wasn't. I actually think Scumfist is the issue. I doubt it's just the IVs, but I think it's more so that it just doesn't have the team comp that I thought it would. Issue is, what do I put in its place? I mean, I've been itching to try out Bastiodon, so we'll see how it goes. This is probably even worse chemistry than my previous team. But I could spend all night trying to figure that out. I think I'm better off just jumping in and seeing how it goes. Shadow Snorlax. I do not want to be licked by that thing. So, I mean, the bad part is, like, they're probably going to swap away. If not, then I'm gotta be very afraid, because that means they definitely either have Superpower or Earthquake. But that didn't seem like enough time to get up to those moves. Never underestimate the time to get to Superpower. Never, ever again I shall. So that just sucks a nice handy handbasket. And that's why you don't go into your hard counter right away. Huh. Wait. Is the access okay? I probably need my... I think I need my shields for Pokemon later on. Okay, let's see if I can bait... Let's see if the shield bait works this time, because if I go for Wild Charge, I have to commit to it. Why don't they shield? And I'm kind of just at a point where, like, it's so low on health that I don't want to go for that Wild Charge. Actually, can I just farm down Deoxys? This is a... That's a huge risk in of itself, but I will take that energy for that Shadow Snorlax as soon as it comes into that field. Alright. Psyshock. See if I can get one more shield before going for the Wild Charge. I mean, that is what I want. And I'm just going to go for that Wild Charge now. Because I'm real weak. It's a Shadow Snorlax, so Lick will probably wear me out pretty hard anyways. So this way I can just bring in the Pokemon. In an ideal world, I'd wear away the Snorlax before I could get a move off. Okay, at least it could have been worse. It could have been body slammed. I think this sounds super weird with how bulky Umbreon is and not how tech oriented it is. But I think I just need to get his attack down a little bit more before going for the Ice Beam. Because Snorlax just used up its energy on attack. It has no health. So if I can take care of this Umbreon, especially with move for even a Bubble Beam, then I win. It's gonna be rough though. But I've given myself hope at the very least. Question is though, do I go for one more Bubble Beam or do I go for that Ice Beam? I just need this Umbreon to do nothing so I can just farm it down. Because it's all going to come down to how I manage my energy when I come back in. Alright, I think I just gotta go up for that Ice Beam and hope that I can at least get it down to a range that I can finish it off. Because if I have to farm the Umbreon, then at least I'll have a Bubble Beam for when it comes back in. That's a little nerve-wracking. Okay, well played. Swapping out the Umbreon to reset the attack stat. So it can come in and finish me off. Nope. I lost, but that was at least a closer match than some of the other ones. So there's something with this team that's working out. Bastion and I went down pretty quickly, but that was due negligence on myself. If I actually shielded and actually was smart and realized that I could go for that superpower, I might... There wasn't really too many Pokemon that team that worked well with Bastion. Like, Umbreon, I think, gets walled by Bastiodon, but we'll try this team one more time. I think it's the last battle for this set anyways. We might go 0 out of 5, which is a shame, but I did warn you all from the beginning that this is a very experimental team. Speaking of things you don't see too often, Dewgong. I wonder if it has double legacy moves. That's like the only reason you bring one. Now, this is going to be weird to go early on, but part of Mew's power, which I keep forgetting, is his unpredictability. It might be too obvious that I'm staying in, but I was hoping to pull it off. The downside is that defense drop. If I was thinking a little bit more about it, I probably would have done a little bit more damage before taking it out. Alright, I'm going to see if I can finish it off with Bastiodon now. Okay, it's actually not good for me because it's going to get that Icy Wind, and I'm going to have to wait for that switch timer before I can do anything else with it. Leaving an attack dropped Bastiodon up against a Wish Cast is probably one of the dumber plays that I've done yet tonight. I just gotta bear it. I'm kind of wondering which would do more. I mean, probably Stone Edge because it's stabbed. But I just... I don't like the resistance. Weird. He's shielded anyways. Despite the fact that this is... He probably would resist those attacks fairly well. At least I can go for a Stone Edge. I mean, I'm not going to complain if they want to waste their shields on the first Pokemon. Okay, I think I see what they're up to and I don't like it. They used all that time to farm. I'm gonna go a little Bubble Tea, but the fact they're still farming scares me. I'm full on health, so I'm gonna just take the Blizzard. So it was obvious, but if I want any hope of winning, I gotta like conserve my shield for the end. Speaking of which, I should have gone for that Bubble Beam sooner. Yeah, I can't take another Blizzard. I gotta shield now. Hopefully the game didn't register me going for that Bubble Beam, because it would have been nice to just farm the energy instead. It is what it is. It's what I committed to. Wow. And that still wasn't enough, so it might have actually been a fair play, because that way I assured that the Wishcast can't get to another Ice Beam or anything like that. Issue is, I have 0 shields. My opponent has full shields. I'm a little nervous that they have the energy for the charge move, so as dumb as it is, I'm going to finish it off with Bubble Beam. Hey Lava. Thanks for joining in. Welcome to me like getting obliterated in Go Battle League with this experimental team. Alright, but we may still have a possibility to pull things around. Bastiodon's out of the picture already, so maybe Manatee can like do some work in with just debuffing this Azumarill to a point where Mew can finish it off. Mew does have Wild Charge. I just realized if Mew's my last Pokemon though, I don't want to have my defense lowered unless I absolutely have to. It's good to know your team's okay. I have an okay team too. I just don't know if I want... I just used it for 2 sets already, and I've been meaning to do something different. I've been like using that team a whole bunch off screen too. So I've basically been using this team forever. I've been using that old team forever. And if I was going a whole stream of just Go Battle League, I told myself I had to at least do 1 set with a different team. And I've been just playing around with this team, swapping it as I feel fits. So it has had some changes already. Wait, that was like... Hey boys, we did it! For some reason I thought they had another Pokemon in the back. Shows you how much attention I pay. Okay, actually in some senses this is even worse. Hey, I won 1 set. 1 battle in the set. There goes all my rating, but I don't care.